This is the December forecast for 2024. December will be a month all will experience unusual energies on all levels. The season brings excitement and magic, and the global situations hold hope and promise. The world's populations flow into times of shifts and change, and all are looking towards new energies that will alter directions and philosophical positions. The world is changing in so many ways, it's difficult to articulate all of them. But that which is of the greatest import and interest at this time is the shifting and changing that is going on beneath the emotional and intellectual surface of all. For eons, the activities and destiny of humanity as a whole have been watched and recorded by those who sought to preserve the journey humanity was on. It now becomes clear that there are other energies beneath the surface that have other intentions for humanity. We speak here of organizations that have been in the shadows and have the power to influence the masses without being noticed. Some of these groups have been revealed, and in the months and years to come, the other groups will be unveiled, and those who have been blindly following a flow they had no control over will start to rebel and attempt to take back their free will. The levels go deeply, and the organizations are timeless, and yet humanity begins to wake up and slowly retake the direction of their own destiny. Though December may seem more peaceful than expected, beneath the surface there is reorganization afoot to take back lost ground and control. There is much that is being planned and put in place for the new year, so enjoy the month, for the new year will hold upheaval that will be unexpected as a power struggle comes to the surface, and the revelation will be the most interesting to watch. Extremes of weather will fill the month with surprises for many, and water in many forms will impact areas in unexpected ways. Watch for flooding in areas already impacted with water. Several shorelines will also have unexpected high tides, the cause of storms that has seemed to be out of control. There's also the outside chance of an impact from space, as well as possible underwater earthquakes and volcanoes causing water on shorelines to become a problem. The coast of California appears to be impacted towards the end of the month, and additional underwater ruins will be located that open some interesting possibilities to the past of humanity. Be prepared for unusual weather as you draw closer to the end of the year and expect the unexpected. Major sun flares will shift some of the weather patterns, and northern lights will appear in areas new to the experience. There will be minor crust disturbances and a plethora of small but discernible increase in minor earthquakes in all areas of the globe. Redistribution of populations will continue as many countries struggle with the influx of the masses of refugees from a wide range of backgrounds, almost as if populations were being redistributed without consideration of language or cultural backgrounds. In some ways, a slight reminder of what happened with the Tower of Babel. Think about it. Issues of dealing with overwhelming numbers flowing into new areas will continue to plague governments as they struggle to assimilate the numbers flowing across their borders. Borders are going to change. Pay attention to what happens there. Old ways begin to crumble as new structures within the population begin to challenge the status quo, and governments begin to need to make large changes in order to maintain their hold on power. The new year will continue this struggle in many different ways as changes once whispered now become shouts of demand, as there is movement towards new directions and reorganization of age-old structures. Nature's rhythm is going through alterations and patterns, so watch for weather to have fluctuations that will be unusual. Another change that will be interesting that begins in December and continues for more than a year is that the temperature of all oceans will be warming up. The ice at both poles will be shrinking and in some cases revealing structures and civilizations not seen before. The South Pole especially has much to reveal, and for those who are curious, use Global Earth to watch for the changes there. But make sure you keep track of what you discover and take screenshots, because many governments do not want the general public to know of the changes that will be taking place there. On individual levels, all will be experiencing a sense of inner freedom and a need to reach beyond their limitations and move into new areas of inner and outer discovery. There is the element of expressing, why not, more frequently than ever before. There is also the element of reaching beyond personal limitations and moving into, in some cases, the unknown. This begins a time of personal expansion and opening up to new ideas and possibilities. There's great freedom here if one decides to surrender into it, for portals are opening up internally as well as externally, and it is up to the individual as to how far they really want to go. The internal ones are reached through inner development and can and will open the levels of consciousness to new aspects of understanding as to the directions that the spirit within is flowing to, the rhythm of the cosmos, and the unfolding of eternity. The external portals are far more interesting. They're scattered over the surface of the globe, and only those who are awakened will be able to enter. However, those who are on the pathway will be able to feel the energy and to draw from them, even though they are not yet ready to pass through them. Many have experienced power vortexes on the surface and found that when one stands on a power center, there is an amazing power surge that is experienced. Crop circles also have this kind of energy, and if you open to it, you get the same surge. Becoming more and more aware of the earth energies that are available to you enables you to draw from them when there is a need. There's a new balance that is needed in the months ahead, and many will find it beginning in December. Because of the global shifts, our inner balance is going to be affected as well. Many will experience a bit of vertigo now and then, while others will adjust naturally. However, along with balance, there may well be a bit of vision impairment as well. Occasional flashes of light or even the feeling of water in your eyes. If you're concerned, absolutely seek the advice of a professional. But in most cases, there won't be any indications of a problem and everything will find a new normal. The balance, both inner and outer, is really a signal that there is a shift in the gravitational pull on the physical bodies, and you will feel the change in a multitude of different ways. Once you adjust to the shifts, all will feel normal once more. Construction that is taking place during the month of December timeframe should be carefully checked. As we move to January, for anything that requires balance of any sort will have to be adjusted as we move into the months yet to come. Cars, airplanes, any mode of transportation will have to be recalibrated, as well as any timepiece constructed during this month. Any mechanical instrument that relies on balance of any sort should be checked as we move into the month of January. It also appears that there will be more power surges during this month worldwide, so batteries and generators should be calibrated as well. Electrical energy, especially that which comes from water, will be very vulnerable. Power surges of many kinds will be seen worldwide as meteor showers and solar flares send unusual surges towards the planet. This is a month in which there are delicate balances in power and social areas of the world. There is the possibility of balance being thrown off and misunderstandings erupting. Be careful as to what you say and what you mean. Make sure you are not misunderstood. This applies not only to individuals but those in power as well, for there are many at this time that have hair triggers, and small misunderstandings can explode into major conflicts. This is also a time in which compensation of all kinds will flood the environment, and many will find what they have sent out to others with no expectations of a return are surprised that they are gifted from unexpected sources. This doesn't necessarily mean monetarily, but I wouldn't rule that out either. Time and gifts given without expectation of a reward or return, when genuinely offered, always trigger a return that is least expected. This is going to be a month that for many will hold gifts of all sorts that flow because of their spirit, the spirit in which they have given over time. Freedom of spirit flows freely, and when caught up in that energy, magic can absolutely happen within your reality. This is a time of tying up loose ends and settling misunderstandings. This is a time when the opportunity is there to balance the scales on many levels and to make ready for new beginnings that right now are there, but not yet seen or comprehended. With the change of the year, we enter into a change into a new perspective as well. We are in the shifting of astrological phases as well, so there is constantly the element of the feeling of being initiated into a new phase of life and understanding as the destiny pathway we are on. This is a time of shedding the blinders many have been wearing for decades and opening the consciousness to the possibilities and potentialities that are opening to us. Whenever humanity goes through times such as these, there is always upset and at times chaos as new levels of understanding and consciousness open to us and our vision of the future clears and expands. This isn't the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last, but it is the first time for those who now are experiencing it, and it can be confusing and unsettling. However, as time moves on, there will be greater clarity and vision and an expanded understanding of who and what we are. The journey has been repeated often, and always humanity survives and comes through it wiser and more expanded in the understanding of the cosmos and the journey that we're on. It's important to remember, for the new to take place, the old must be let go of. For new and clearer awareness, we must let go of antiquated thought patterns that have held us prisoners in thought. To embrace the cosmic possibilities and potentialities available to us, we must release the antiquated dogma that has held us captive and flow with the new enlightening philosophies that are only awaiting our invitation. Happy New Year, everybody.